So March has become a second Christmas, sort of. This is when the batch of AAA titles that didn't feel like dealing with the Christmas rush is finally released. I'm Victory1140 from Gentlemen with Controllers, and today we're taking a quick look at one of those games, God of War Ascension. God of War Ascension is a prequel to the God of War series. It takes place before God of War 1, but doesn't go all the way back to the origin of Kratos, i.e. the whole killing his family thing. You start off with Kratos chained up, being tortured by the three Furies, which are the goddesses of punishment, justice, and torment. This is due to him turning his back on his oath to Ares. And you soon see that no mere set of chains can hold back this demigod as he breaks free and lashes out at one of the Furies. Soon after that, you're thrown into an area reminiscent of Shadow of the Colossus. While this is great for showing off the game's amazing graphics, it can also be kind of distracting. At times, it can be very hard to tell where you are on the screen, especially when it zooms out. You can try to base where you are off the glow that comes from your blade, but sometimes the enemy's weapons have the same color glow, so it just kind of throws you off in general. It doesn't help when the game decides to throw some kind of object or something else into the foreground while you're fighting in the background. This doesn't happen too terribly often while you're actually fighting, because it's more reserved for a cinematic shot or a transition from one area to another, but it does get a little annoying. Did I mention the graphics? I feel it's worth mentioning. They are awesome. Rarely do you come across a game today, especially a AAA title, that has bad graphics, but it seems that God of War takes it to another level. As I mentioned before, the environments are massive. Once you get into a smaller area, the game still wows by showing off a lot of detail. So whether you feel like you're standing on top of a mountain, or cramped in a tiny little closet, the graphics are sure to impress. The exception to that, of course, though, is when Kratos decides to drop acid, and then the whole map just looks like frickin' Rainbow Road from Mario Kart. The combat is everything you'd come to expect from a God of War game. Once you figure out the basic controls, it won't be long before you're elbow deep in the bloody entrails of the first guy that so much as even glances at you the wrong way. You've got your basic combos, your square, 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 your triangle, triangle, square, nothing too complicated, but that's why the God of War series is so awesome for combat. It isn't one of those games where you have to press X, down, square, square, pause for 3 seconds, hold the triangle button while mashing L2 and balancing the controller on your nose to do a combo. No, you get the satisfaction of taking out swarms of enemies using a 3-button combo. Simple, effective, fun. So while we're on the topic of fighting, let's talk weapons. God of War 3 had quite a few different weapons in it. The downfall there was that, while fun, most of them did the exact same thing. For example, the Blades of Athena, the Blades of Exile, and the Claws of Hades, just to name a few. I know they all had their own special abilities and special combos and everything, but at the end of the day, I felt like I was just pouring red orbs into whatever weapon I thought had the coolest color. God of War Ascension takes most of that and throws it out the window. Here, rather than trying to disguise one weapon as different ones, they pretty much drop all pretense. Now you do have the same weapon, your Blades of Chaos, that have different magic abilities to add on. You have the Fire of Ares, the Ice of Poseidon, the Lightning of Zeus, and the Soul of Hades. While they all have their own unique combos and magical abilities, they also have an effect on what orbs are dropped. Kill an enemy with the Fire of Ares to get more gold orbs, the Ice of Poseidon to get more red orbs, the Lightning of Zeus for blue orbs, and the Soul of Hades to get green orbs. All of these use the same basic weapon, the Blades of Chaos. This means that you can upgrade the base stats of the Blades of Chaos and the individual stats of each magic ability. It also gives players more incentive to upgrade each of them. You never know when you're going to need more of each type of orb, and the last thing you want to do is be low on health in an epic life or death struggle and not have any upgrades put into your Soul of Hades. While this is a linear game, it does have some slight exploration elements to it. The game rewards you for going out of your way and taking a different path other than the main one. The rewards can be orbs, Gorgon eyes that raise your health, or phoenix feathers that can raise your magic. While you're going through, take a second to notice the different paths. Chances are, if you take the secondary path, you'll be handsomely rewarded. God of War has become known for their QuickTime events, and this game is no exception to that. But this is an example of how QuickTime events are done right. Let me explain. Enemies will have some sort of indicator over their head when you're able to trigger the event. If you should trigger the event and fail, most of the time the enemy will just throw you away and you'll have to hit him a few more times to set it off again. It's not an instant kill if you mess up, at least from what I've seen. And while QuickTime events aren't my favorite thing, this is probably the best way that they could possibly be done. So whether you're a seasoned God of War veteran or a newcomer to the series, this is one game that will surely fulfill your desire for bloodlust, violence, and action. I'm Victory1140 from Gentlemen with Controllers, and this has been a quick look at God of War Ascension. Oh yeah, did I mention there were boobs?